Welcome again to the Vedic Mystics channel. In this video, we conclude the series on wealth yogas by looking at the chart of Bill Gates. Bill Gates is the poster child for wealth yogas. Here is the chart of Bill Gates in the South Indian format. The birth details are he was born on October 28, 1955 at 8:58 p.m. in Seattle, Washington. There are some sites that say he was born slightly after 9 p.m. The 2 to 3 minute difference does not change the position of the grahas in his D1, D9 or D10 charts. Bill Gates has a Gemini ascendant and moon in Pisces. The ascendant nakshatra is Punarvasu and the moon nakshatra is Uttra Bhadrapada. A strong Lagnesh is critical to leverage the opportunities provided by the yogas. In his chart, Mercury is in its own sign in Virgo. It is in the fourth house, a positive house, and is flanked by Jupiter and Venus, forming a Shubhakartri yoga. Further, the Lagnesh Mercury forms the powerful Bhadra Mahapurusha Yoga. The only negative is the presence of Mars, a natural malefic with Mercury. Overall, this indicates a strong Lagnesh. Next, we list out the Dhana Yogas in his chart. Bill Gates has the Mahalakshmi Yoga, Chandramangala Yoga, and multiple garden variety Dhana Yogas. He also has a Srinatha Yoga, which also indicates wealth. This shows a confluence of wealth yogas. Examining each of them, the Mahalakshmi Yoga forms from the ascendant. The ninth lord is Saturn, who's exalted in the fifth house, a Trikona house. Venus is in its own house in the fifth house as well. These two confirm the presence of the Mahalakshmi Yoga. The yoga is formed in the fifth house, providing synergy between the significance of the house and the yoga. The yoga does not repeat from the moon or the sun sign. Next, the Chandramangala Yoga forms between the moon and Mars. This yoga always repeats from all Sudarshana Lagnas. From the ascendant, the yoga forms in his fourth house of property and land and the 10th house of career. Bill Gates is actually the largest owner of land in the US. Looking at the garden variety Dhana Yogas, he has combinations from all Sudarshana Lagnas. From the ascendant, he has three combinations. Moon as the second lord mutually aspects Mercury, the first lord, and Mars, the 11th lord. Venus, the fifth lord, is conjunct Saturn, the ninth lord. From Moon, he has one combination, that of Mars, the second lord, mutually aspecting Moon, the fifth lord. Finally, from the Sun, he has four combinations. Mars, the second lord, mutually aspecting Mercury, the ninth lord, Sun, the 11th lord, conjunct Venus, the first lord, and Saturn, the fifth lord. He also has Venus, the first lord, conjunct Saturn, the fifth lord. The grahas forming these yogas are Venus, Saturn, Mercury, Moon, and Mars, out of which Venus, Saturn, and Mercury have primary strength, and Moon and Mars are also involved in the Chandramangala Yoga. The combinations also form in positive houses 4th, 5th, and 10th. The abundance of the garden variety yoga combinations, the strength of the grahas involved, and the placement in positive houses greatly increase the uniqueness of the yoga in his chart. Finally, we'll look at the Srinatha Yoga. This was not covered in the series on wealth yogas. The yoga can be remembered as an extension of the Mahalakshmi yoga with an addition and a concession. The Mahalakshmi yoga involves the ninth lord and Venus in their own signs or signs of exaltation and in Kendra or Trikona houses. The Srinatha yoga adds Mercury into the equation but provides a concession in that the players can also be in friendly signs and don't have to be in their own or signs of exaltation exclusively. The ninth lord, Venus, and Mercury have to still be in Kendra or Trikona houses. In Bill Gates' chart, this yoga forms from the ascendant. Venus is in its own sign and the fifth house, a Trikona house. The ninth lord Saturn is exalted in the fifth house, and Mercury is in its own sign in the fourth house, a Kendra house. Therefore, in this chart, Bill Gates adds Mercury without having to exploit the concessions. Dashas are important when you determine the timing of when the yogas give results. In Bill Gates' case, the players are Mercury, Venus, Moon, Mars, and Saturn. He runs the dashas of Mercury, Venus, Moon, and Mars. Ketu in his chart acts like Venus, and Sun activates Venus and Saturn. Therefore, he sees the results of the wealth yogas throughout his life. In conclusion, Bill Gates is the poster child for wealth yogas because he has a large number of them. There are Dhana yogas from all three Sudarshana lagnas, and the houses involved are positive and synergetic to the yogas. Thanks again for watching this video. Please subscribe and add your comments in the comments section.